Jazzy 88 WFSK, that's called Just a Breeze, featuring Gerald Albright, Tracy Carter. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I want to give you an opportunity again to win the CD project from Brother Deon Yates. Before we speak with him in a live interview, 615-329-8810, 615-329-8810. Once again, I want to give you the opportunity to win this CD project. And, you know, he's standing by, so we will speak with him right after this next song. And in doing so, I just found out that I actually know him. I met him in Birmingham 2 years in a row at the Jazz Festival up there. So he's also my fraternity brother, Phi Beta Sigma, the greatest fraternity in the world. So, small world. But right now, I want you to pick up the phone and give me a call right now, 615-329-8810. I want you to win this CD project, School of Funk. The CD project is hot. I'm just telling you right now. Don't waste any time, 615-329-8810. Let's play something from the CD project. How about The Sample of Life? And it features Brian Simpson right here on Jazzy 88 WFSK.
this week's Artist of the Week, and that is Deon Yates. Deon, we're so happy to have you with us and in the spotlight today on Jazzy 88. How are you doing, darling?
Oh, Shane, I'm doing great. I'm feeling blessed, and I'm just glad to be here with you guys.
Okay. Now, for the audience's sake, you are enjoying the music of this week's Artist of the Week, and that cut in particular was the sample live. And we are happy to have featuring Brian Simpson, and we are happy to have the one and only Deon Yates. Deon, don't we go back some time, the station with you early on?
Yeah, a few years.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, is this the dude? Okay, in my mind, because I everybody's like kinfolks almost, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, now help me if this is you or not. Maybe about 7 or 8 years ago, one of the things that I did when I first came was I created this thing called summer music or something like that, where we would have interviews, the scheduled artist DJs, the DJs up here to do these interviews and give away the music to introduce some artists to the audience. And weren't you one of the ones that I think our DJ at the time, Indigo, talked with you?
Yeah. Okay. Indigo was always a good fan, and she was one of the first people to spin me. Yeah. And I think it was roughly around about 2009, so about 6 or 7 years ago. I can't believe, my mind's getting bad. I'm getting old now.
I know it.
When I first started my solo career, she was one of the first DJs to spin me. Yeah.
Well, that was a promotion the station used to do. And there would be a bunch of y'all that I would get all this music in the summertime. And, some of the jocks was like, well, who is this? And why you give me all these people that ain't nobody heard of? And I was like, look, this is the future of the music, okay? Just trust that.
That's right. Don't sleep on it.
Right, trust. So they all did interviews and gave away music. And lo and behold, so, I am grateful to know that you stuck and stayed and did what you needed to do. And we are truly grateful. So when I talk to her, either later on this week or next week, I'm going to say, now remember y'all thought I was crazy when I gave you all that stuff? And I said, talk to these people and all that kind of stuff. And I'm glad that you all have remained in contact with each other. And I'm not crazy after all. Deon, I'm very proud of you. You have done a yeoman's job in terms of keeping the Detroit sound in the music, keeping the horn hot, doing it just like you always said that you were going to do. We're very, very proud of you and how far you have come.
Thank you so much.
And you are currently on Woodward Avenue Records?
Correct.
Okay. Is this your first project with them?
Yes, this is my very first project with Woodward Avenue. I've been working with some of the guys from the label for a few years now, but this is actually the first project that's releasing with me as the featured artist, yes.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, because that means that you're in kind of in a storehouse of people who are serious about this, but also can help move things along for you a little bit. Now, this project that you are doing is a production or co-production with Nate Harrison. And how is this the first work you've done with Nate?
Well, actually, Nate is one of the hot hands in production in the industry. I mean, no matter what genre it is, Nate does it all. And I've actually worked on shows with Nate Harrison, with Phil Denny. We had Darren Ryan come over to Michigan a couple of times. So I've been kind of around these guys for the last few years. And he was like the perfect person when I was ready to go to that next level and get a really, really strong produced project. So I went to my homie Nate.
Now, you have been around the music scene in Detroit music scene for a long time, and you've made probably some friends and some observations. What have you noticed over the years has changed, and what has stayed the same?
Well, one of the main things that has stayed the same is Detroit still has some of the greatest musicians in the world. And a lot of artists, again, no matter what genre of music, they always seem to come to Detroit to find great musicians to play in their bands. So that has really stayed the same. Now, on the flip side to that, what has changed is that just like a lot of other cities, you know, we've lost all of our jazz radio stations. We don't have a lot of venues. You know, there's no, like, major clubs that you can play here anymore. I mean, Baker's is still here. You know, it's the world's oldest jazz club, but it's a very small venue. It's not the kind of place anymore where you can go see a Kirk Whalum or a Rick Braun. We used to have a venue called Southern Blue, but we don't have that anymore. So that's what really has changed. There's tons of musicians, there's great artists here, and the sad part is, like, a lot of people don't even know that they have, like, a national jazz recording artist in their neighborhood or living next door to them because they can't hear us on the radio here.
Well, and that is sad. And any of them in Detroit that want to listen to our station online, please go to WFSK-FM.org, and we lay it down here in Nashville. Please do.
Oh, yeah.
And Deon, you know, it's, I guess, because a lot of the artists say the same thing, you know, in the cities where a lot of them live, their stations that they were used to having on are no more. But this is a business for sure. And a wicked one, and it can be quite, and folks have learned some lessons, but I don't know if the consumer knows or understands yet, that we have to stand behind our music, and our artists and support them no matter what. And then the stuff, you know, things will swing back around. And another observation for a lot of the artists and for us on my side of the table is that the college stations, the HBCU stations, by and large, have been the ones that have held this down. You know that, right? And without us playing it, your music would just, you know, wouldn't be available to the radio listening audience. It would be on a stream or something like that. But to, you know, to build the relationships with the communities that, like we do for our artists, it wouldn't exist. So all of us that lay it down, all these stations all over the country, on the black college campuses, literally that play this music are the ones who have kept the light burning, for the music. And we are very grateful, to see the advance that a lot of you are making, you know, working on these collaborations and, you know, spreading out you're co-producer and you're composer and you're playing all these instruments and you're doing all this stuff and exposing the audience to some mighty great music. Tell our audience about who is on the School of Funk project with you.
Oh, wow. Well, I had a lot of great session guys on there. I mean, there's a guy that plays for just about everybody. He tours sometimes with Brian Culbertson. He's a musical director. His name is Jerry Johnson. He's doing a lot of guitar work on there. I got a guy named Matt Codina out of California. You know, my featured artist, my label mate, Paul Brown, is playing guitar on a couple of tracks. He produced one of the tracks for me. Nate Harrison, of course, and my Detroit homeboy, Lynn Roundtree, is doing some trumpet on the title cut, and he just lays the funk down all the way. Brian Simpson, of course. And I just had a great time with a great group of guys, you know, putting this record together. So it was, like, really cool.
And you've got somebody else. Now, Brian Simpson is on the cut that we played a few minutes ago. Do you go back with him, and have you done something with Brian before, or is this your first time out with him?
First time. first time we were, because, you know, when I wrote this song, I've been working on this album for almost 2 years. I wrote the sample live right after Joe Sample passed away. And it was as a tribute to him. And I needed a keyboardist with that finesse and that touch. And so I called Nate. I was like, who can we get to play this? And he was working on something for Brian. And so we kind of did a quid pro quo. Hey, we'll hook you up. We'll do something for you. You come over here and do something with us. And it just worked out.
Yeah. And, you know, Brian Simpson can really, you know, he can tear those keys up. You know, I mean, he really can. And he is, he's just really exciting. We saw him a couple times in concert or festivals or whatever. And Brian just really got down. So it would make sense for somebody that plays the horn hard like you to have somebody play the keys hard like Brian. And he genuinely is a nice guy. Now, Deon, you also have Lynn Roundtree, you said, from your area. Are you guys that are in that area and that are playing, do you do projects locally, and do you travel together, or how does it work?
Sometimes yes and sometimes no, because there's a lot of different things going on, as is with everybody. But, you know, me and Lynn, we go kind of way back, you know, and we've been playing together for several years now. And sometimes I guest on his shows, and sometimes he guests on mine. He recorded with me on my last album, Spotlight. And we've just been, every time we get a chance to play with one another, we just, you know, eat it up, because we do work really well together. And we've done a couple of festivals together, things like that.
Yeah. And he is really genuinely a nice guy. And you also have, now I didn't hear you say anything about, is it Roberto Valley?
Roberto Valley, Lansing Bates. Oh, and I forgot Nils. I can't forget Nils. Nils laid down some of the best smoking hot solos on my stuff and a lot of guitar work. And he produced and co-wrote a couple of tracks. I have a vocal song on the album called Satisfaction. And that's a song that was written by Nils, Nate, and myself. And I have a new guy that you get a sneak peek, because I got a vocalist that's going to bring back some mature, adult soul love song singing. His name is LaRon Dolly. So look forward to hearing him on a new project, because we're working on him coming up real soon. Okay, now this cut that we're listening to now is track 2 that you co-wrote with Nate, and it's got the Nate sound for sure. And Nate has also been Artist of the Week before. So you're in the pantheon of stars now, Deon. All the guys that you know. I gotta try to keep up. Yeah, all the guys that you know and work with, including Nils and Lynn Roundtree and all of them. You know, they cut their teeth on Artist of the Week. For sure. Right. Yeah, with us here at WFSK. This is our 10th year of Artist of the Week, and it has been a joy to get to hear all the brand new music as it has come out, and to hear from you all as well. And you know, gives our audience a chance, because as an educational radio station, WFSK's job is also not to just entertain but to educate the audience, and we do that by taking the time to spend some time with you, the artist. Now, your first single out from your latest release, School of Funk, which, by the way, for the audience has 11 cuts, is Motor City Strut. Is that your ode? Is that your ode to Detroit? Yes, it is. I mean, Detroit is one of those cities that's resilient, and it's on the comeback. And there's a lot of stuff that's still going on here, and so I'm proud to be from my city, so I like to strut it, you know, everywhere I go. So I got to show people that, yeah, we still got the funk. We're the birthplace of the funk, all right? So we still can strut it like we used to. So don't y'all get it twisted. That's right. No doubt about it. Yeah, no doubt about it. Motor City's got the funk. Well, you know, and I love the fact that in the title you weren't ashamed or afraid to use the funk word itself, because some people, you know, that have this in their mindset
that this genre is, going to be a certain thing, and it's not going to be funky, and it's not going to be this and that. And I'm like, that's what killed it.
Right.
I mean, literally. So you must put some hard hitting horns and some banging keys. I mean, you just have to do certain things in order to make some great music. Now, of the 11 on here, let's hear your personal faves.
Well, actually, Cruising Woodward is like my most absolute favorite song to perform. I don't know what it is about that song, but I get so happy playing that song. It just feels so good to me when I perform it live. So that's like my number one favorite. My next one I would have, they're all like my favorite, but the number one is Cruising Woodward.
Okay.
And then track 11 is also a top favorite of mine because it's real personal to me. It's named after my music teacher, the person that put me on the saxophone and taught me every instrument I know.
Oh, how wonderful.
Yeah, and he passed away a year ago in October. And, I was very fortunate to be able to sit with him, while he was in hospice and just share some memories and listen to some Youth Effort Teeth and some Coltrane and just go down memory lane, So that's a very special song for me because he was a true music educator. Some people get into teaching because they couldn't get a day job in their current field or whatever. Yeah. But back then we had real educators. This was an educator. All of his life he was an educator. So that's real important.
Now, I figured you say Cruising Woodward because that's the label, the record label that you're on. I mean, that makes sense. Now, you chose also a couple of songs from the Mr. and Mrs. Carter collection, and I know there's no such thing as that, but I say Beyonce and Jay-Z's music. So what's up with that?
Well, Love on Top, I had to do this song, and the main reason why is because my wife told me to.
Good answer.
It was her favorite song. When it came out, she just loved that song. Yeah. And so she was like, you need to do a cover of that. So whatever she wants, she gets.
Okay. Well, she's in control then. She did good. And did you pick cut number 9, Suit and Tie?
Actually, yes, because in Detroit, and I have to say this for my Chicago people, they think they invented stepping and ballrooming, but bring it back. But I wanted to do something, a couple of tracks on here has a nice step and groove to it because, DJ still has the house music thing, the ballrooming thing, and I know a lot of DJs around town, and trying to keep the music going and try to reach new markets. I wanted to do something that my local DJs could spin for their crowd because the demographics for the ballroom and stepping crowd is actually the same demographic for smooth jazz. Yeah. So I'm trying to cross that over so we can get them together. Well,
and rightly so. But, I'm going to tell you what, Deon, you have really, really come such a long way in terms of the quality and, you're coming out with a nice variety. You've got a single on here. You've got a couple of covers, not a whole complete project of covers.
Right.
And you got a fresh new sound. I mean, it's just good. It's good stuff. So, that's why I selected you as Artist of the Week, so we could put the extra bright light on you because this is your top project in your career.
Thank you so much. And it's an evolution. So, I had my very first one was like a freshman project. Then I went to the 10th grade, became a sophomore. So this is like my senior project. This is my senior project. I'm ready to graduate now and go out there with the big guys. Well, wait till you hear the next one. So I'm going to be working on a degree next. I got my senior project, so I'm going to college with my music next.
Well, I would say the response indicates, because, you are in, a lot of being played on a lot of stations now, and you probably get more airplay than you probably ever thought, dreamed that you would get, and you're rising up on, various charts and, see your name on things that we hadn't seen it on before. So I would say that there's the strength of this project is what has propelled you on to the next level. So, are you saying that in the next year or so that there will be a new Deon Yates project out?
Yes, I am. Okay. And if you think, because every project has to be better than the one before. Yeah. So if this is one that got me to the next level, there's always another level to reach. So I'm really going to dig in, and it'll be maybe a year or two. I'm not going to rush it. I'm going to let this one play and do its thing, but I'm constantly working on, ways to improve myself as an artist and the quality of my production work. So I'm ready to go in there. Like I said, this was my senior graduation project. Now I'm ready to go get a higher degree of music.
Well, I'm very pleased with hearing that, and we're with you all the way. Now, Deon, are you still lecturing at the Macomb College?
Yes, I do a history of Detroit jazz lectures in their Society of Active Retirees, because you're never too old or too young to learn about this music. And so I have a whole class of about 80 students that are all like senior citizens that some of them have some knowledge about the music, but a lot of them, this is their first introduction to jazz in general and the Detroit music scene. Mm-hmm. So I take a lot of pride in doing that.
Well, and in your class, and hearing from the people that sit in the audience, is there something that they feel it down in their souls, or that music gets inside of them? What are they telling you how they feel about it?
Well, the cool thing is I start off the first part of the series, from the origins of jazz. And the majority of my class, as a matter of fact, I don't even think I've had but maybe one black person in the class. So these are people that never really got deep into a lot of the music, but some of these, because they're seniors, they grew up listening to like the Count Basies and the Duke Ellingtons, and then they used to sneak into the jazz club that we had here in Detroit to hear these musicians, and they reminisce and they get emotional, and they really enjoy, all the information, and they keep coming back and keep asking for more. And I actually include a performance piece in the lecture. So the last class I had a couple of friends of mine, Brandon Williams and Randy Poindexter, and we did a jazz trio thing, and I played some of the traditional straight ahead stuff for them in the class, and they just loved it. Yeah. So I do that as well. Okay.
Now, in your area, is it more a straight ahead audience there than it is the contemporary?
It's an even mixture. We have everything. I mean, we bounce between straight ahead, contemporary, gospel, R&B, and rap. So it's on any given day, you can hear one group do every single genre. So it's all over.
And you play several instruments. What else do you play, Deon?
I got to say, not very well anymore, some of these, because I haven't played them in a long time, but thanks to Mr. Taylor, my teacher, I play clarinet, oboe, bassoon, flute, all the saxes, drums, percussion, piano, violin, double bass.
Oh, okay. Not very well. Okay, yeah, right. Yeah, right.
I can play them. I can play a tune or two on each one.
Oh my goodness, man. That is awesome. So you got a tremendous skill set, and that transfers over into your latest project, which by the way is School of Funk. Where will you be in the coming months, Deon?
Actually, next weekend I'll be in Virginia for the Jazz Legacy Foundation event that weekend. And so that's the next place you can catch me. I'm working on some dates at the beginning of the year out at Blues Alley in D.C. I'll be in L.A. The middle towards the end of January. So I've got a few things going on. And speaking of next weekend, isn't it you guys homecoming next weekend?
Yes, it is. Whoop, whoop.
All right. Hey, I heard that one of my frat brothers won one of my CDs out there, so I got to give a shout out to my Fifth Sigmas out there. Give them a blue fight.
X is in there shaking his head like, yeah. I heard what he said earlier about. So Deon was in Birmingham. You were in Birmingham last year?
Yep. I've been coming to the Steel City Jazz Festival, since they started. And hanging out. The first year, I played with Nick Coleon, so I was able to get on the stage and hang out with him. I played with Nick. And so I'm like, here's a plug. So you guys need to have Deon Yates, now that the new record is out. I need to be on Steel City this summer.
Let's
make it happen.
We'll be here at the Nashville Music City Jazz Fest, so I'm speaking on behalf of the station. There's same weekend there will be a new festival busting out in the Ville.
Uh-oh.
So
I need to be there.
I'm just saying. And I mean that's where we shall be this year for sure. We must support what comes to our own region so that it can flourish. But anyway, I was, during this couple years that you were there coming and back and forth, the station had a booth down there. We were trying to make money. So, I'm an old school hustler. I may have seen you, but I'm an old school hustler. I was all about the money, okay?
All right, man. Watch out there now. Watch out there.
Well, we had to sell our wares and our things, our station swag and stuff to help, maintain the station, because those dollars help keep the music playing at the station. So I love everybody. Throw your kisses, but we got to raise some money. We got to make our dough. I
hear you.
Not for real. But anyway, Deon, you are most precious. And I know that X and Indigo had a chance to chat with you, and I'll be sure to give her a shout today and let her know that you sent your love to her. And additionally, if you're anywhere in this region, you must come and give the station love in person, okay?
Most definitely. As a matter of fact, there's tons of Yateses down there in Nashville, and my dad was from Springfield, so I got a ton of family down there, so I'm coming down. So,
you got some cousins. Okay.
We all got cousins. I got 50 cousins.
So you got somewhere to go to visit. I can go see my cousins. That's cool. That works. That certainly works. Now, tell our audience how to keep up with you and to get the new project, School of Funk.
Easy. My name, DeonYates.com. DeonYates.com. And right there on the landing page, there's buttons. There's links to CD Baby, iTunes, Amazon.com. So whatever your preference is, you can go there and get it. Or you can send me an email. You can contact me. And if you can't get to one of those stores, we can mail you one. We'll make sure we get it in your hands.
Excellent. And they can hit you up on the website, DeonYates.net.com. How is it?
DeonYates.com.
Excellent. Deon,
Facebook, Deon Yates, all of that good stuff.
Oh, excellent. Well, we really appreciate you and are so proud to see how far you have come, and in staying true to the sound, the Detroit sound. You have accomplished that mission with your latest project, School of Funk, and we want to thank you so much for being our Artist of the Week this week.
Thank you so much, Cootie.
All right, you have a great day.
You too. God bless.
God bless you too. All right, bye-bye. That was Deon Yates, and just a wonderful, a nice young man, and he did what his wife said, and his wife said to pick that cut, and he did it. So, he's used to saying, yes, dear. So many folks are not used to that, and some want to argue, but you ain't going to. Anyway, now we want to congratulate our winners, and I know some of you were calling and getting your School of Funk project, and Deon is laying it down on here. There are 11 cuts, and he's got, some of the names that you may be familiar with, Brian Simpson, and co-produced by Nate Harrison, And also guitarist Niels is on here, as well as Lynn Roundtree, the trumpeter, and drums Ricky Lawson, and there's just so many other folks that are on here in support of him and this project. Do support the artists and their music, and we appreciate them and their time that they devote to the creative side in the music. Thank you, all of the artists of the week, because we are close to I think there's one more week in before holidays roll in here and stuff, and the artist of the week is the 26th. We won't have one because that's Thanksgiving, and we have 2 more artist of the week interviews before we roll out the Christmas projects in December. So these last 2 will be our last 2 in the contemporary side for 2015, although during December we'll roll out the Christmas releases and be sure to let you hear some and give some away so you can have some holiday music when your friends and family gather. So that's how it's looking for Artist of the Week. And just for the sake of history and for the sake of just making sure that you know that every Thursday from noon to 1, WFSK hosts Artist of the Week. This is our segment and our feature here at the station that the listeners love, because number one, they win brand new music every week, mostly 50 weeks a year. So 50 weeks times 10 years is a lot of music and a lot of interviews, a lot of artist spotlights. And we're always grateful for the good interviews and to hear the great conversations that we have. And of course, to hear the artists talk about what it's like in the industry. It also is a chance for people who don't know this music to learn something about who some of the artists are. There are a lot, and we cover quite a few. And Deon has been played off and on this station, but his latest project is by far his best. And the Artist of the Week segment is not just for any and everybody. If you're not a show enough, sounding good project, top notch, ready for the charts, okay. We're picking hits and we ain't playing, and that's my story, and I'm straight sticking to it. So, and we talk with the legends here, as well as the multi-award winners. So Artist of the Week is an important portion of our work here at WFSK, and we take this quite seriously.